This video will look at the rollover tool, the rotating image, and the gallery. So all of these tools will work with images and pictures, and there are different ways that you can present them on your page. So the first one is the rollover tool, and it's found in our extra toolbar. So if you click on that, you click and drag and release the mouse, it will ask you for the first image you wish. So in my images folder, in my WYSIWYG folder, I'm going to select the first image. Now, as always, these pictures are quite large, so I'm going to resize it. And there's only one other thing I need to do for a rollover image. What the rollover will do, it will mean that when my mouse touches this picture, it will change to a second picture. So to do that, I'm going to right click and go to Object Properties, and I'm going to, in the mouse over image, select the second picture. I'm also then going to say fit to layout rectangle, which means it's going to actually fit the picture to the size of the rectangle on the outside rather than become that very large picture we saw at the beginning. Now with this image we could make it a link. I will show you how to do linking later, so don't worry about that for now. I'm going to say OK. So now as I resize, the image will stay inside the rectangle. You'll notice that when my mouse touches the image, it's not actually changing. That's because to see this effect we need to preview. So I'm going to click on preview, and you'll notice the image there. When my mouse touches it, it changes to the new picture. When I release, it changes back. So the rollover image will change when the mouse actually rolls over the original. The second one is a rotating image. Now a rotating image will change like the rollover does, but it will actually change on a timer. So I'm going to click rotating image, click and drag it onto my screen. I'm going to once again choose my first photo. As always, I'll need to resize it. I'm also just going to right click, Object Properties. And for this one, it's asking me how many pictures do I want. To add extra pictures, all you simply need to do is click the Add button. Once I've done that, I'm going to click Browse and select my second image. As always, these could be links. Don't worry about the links for now. OK. I'm going to add in a third image. OK. And I'm actually going to make it 1 second so they change very quickly when we preview it. So I'm going to go to Preview. And you'll see that each image rotates after 1 second. And my rollover image is still there. So that will happen automatically. If that's too quick, I could change the 1 second to 5 seconds. Okay, I'm going to resize that and get it up here. The last one is a gallery. Now if you remember back to the table video, I said you could make the table into almost like a gallery. Well, this gallery feature will do that for you automatically. So once I've selected gallery and I click and drag, it says here no images. Double click to select. So I'm going to do that. I double click, and much like the rotating image, I just simply need to add whatever pictures I want. So I'm going to add these 3 pictures in. It asks me how many columns I want in my gallery. I'm going to say only the 3 columns. Actually, I'm going to make it 5. The alignment, I want it centered. And as before, it's asking for how much padding and how much spacing do we want between each cell. And remember, the cell is each individual square inside our gallery. I'm just going to add these images again, so that way we'll see 2 lines worth. And the last thing at the bottom here, it says if I click on this image, where do we want it to go? So I could have the image open in the same browser, or I could have it open in a new browser or a pop-up. I want it to open up in a new browser window every time I click one. If I want this image to be first instead of in the middle, I can simply move it up, and I can move images down. I could include a title for this gallery if I wanted, and if I tick that box, it will then ask me for what font styles I want to use. So I'm going to say OK, and you'll notice now that all of my images have appeared. If I resize the gallery, the names will appear. I could rename those back in the properties. Now when I go to the preview, you will notice that every image is a link. I can tell that because a little hand pops up. Now when I click on this image, it opens in a new window because I asked it to. So every image I click on in the gallery will open to the normal size in a new window. So that there is the rollover, the rotating image, and the gallery features. All of them are quite good features to use with your images. Just remember not to use images that are too large because it will take a little bit of time then to load your page.